Hello, hello. Am I coming through? Alright, let's see. I think I got everything set up here. Just need someone to fill me in. Is stuff coming through? I don't know. It also doesn't help that, let's see. There's Tease. Hey, SuNday, thanks. Thank you for coming. See, I actually had a webcam set up, but I don't think it's actually working. Wait, unless I actually have to hit virtual camera differently. But while I'm here, let's get this started. I got background music now. Hooray! Makes it a little bit more soothing, I guess, because this is a discussion stream. So just wait for a couple people to pop in and before we really get started. Make sure everything's working. I'm guessing the reason why... Oh, thanks, Phantom Productions. I'm guessing the reason why my character is not popping in because it's not connected to Discord. What if I just joined a random Discord call by myself and it would at least make him pop up? Hold on, let me try that real quick. Oh yeah, it does. It's just connected to Discord. Alright, well, I'll just sit in a random call by myself and do that. Or actually, Red said he might crash the stream later, so why don't I just join the recording studio there so he can jump in if he wants. There we go. I'll have to figure out webcam later. Because I stuck it here in the top left corner. I'm guessing maybe if I hit start virtual cam, but nah. We'll worry about that another time. But the only way for me to jump between the two manga chapters is just basically have them on tabs like this. I haven't figured anything else. Oh, pulling up the raws. Oh, ooh, interesting. We'll have live also comparing to the raws too. But yeah, this was, well, granted, there were really no votes to what chapters we should be doing. Oh, yeah. Stuff wrong or just a different interpretation. And that's always the fun part of these kind of things, is it just comes down to human interpretation of, like, what you think it feels best, especially, like, at the time. And it's also just interesting to go for this to something like... It almost is affected by the time that you write it, because you guys wrote this at like a certain time, and then it's like months, maybe even years later that 7 Seas eventually gets around to it. And I think certain characters and chapters and whatnot, that could highly affect things. As we saw with the Akko introduction chapter, just how much slang changes. Have I actually read the 7 Seas version of this chapter? Because this was in the latest volume, right? I think so. Let me grab that real quick. Volume 16. Yeah, it is from the latest chapter. Or the latest volume, I mean. The Mother Eye. Also, it's interesting this chapter is called Tell Me What You Are Hiding, instead of, what do we call it here? Tell Me in Confidence. Definitely Tell Me in Confidence feels a little bit more serious there. Hello, Shanology. Glad to have you. Yeah, we're just setting things up. Actually, I'm going to hit Red up real quick, just to let him know I'm in recording studio so he doesn't come in there like, what the hell's he doing there? I'm in recording studio. If anyone wants to hop in. I need a Discord to make my character appear. Okay. Yeah, I actually don't think I read Volume 16 when the Seven Seas version came out. So if we do, and oh, okay, we did the Era stream. Never mind, that's Era's introduction. So I did read Era's at least as when I did that video. But I think everything else in this volume I didn't read the Seven Seas version of. Oh, that was actually one I really wanted to do. I almost considered doing that for the stream. Is the yokai hunt chapter. It was between that and Uto's introduction chapter. I've been wanting to do Uto's introduction chapter for so long just because I know for a fact it's so different, especially when you get to the rhyming and just the spouts of wisdom that Uto raises, and the song at the end is so different. It's probably the worst Seven Seas has done, but as I'll leave that for the actual stream or video that I do on that, but I think it was done on purpose, whereas everyone at Zune, like, actually tried. Yeah. Hey, this is technically a Zune translation, but, you know, we gotta, like, you know, indoctrinate. I'm saying indoctrinate, but we gotta, like, get everyone used to the new name. I just finished 100 Girlfriends Guess Who video on the server. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so Red says he might if I'm still around, which, good, considering we're going over 2 chapters, I'm sure he'll be probably on. But yeah, I guess we'll just get started. Looks like we've got a good number of people in here, so thank you all for tuning in. It's a great experiment to see how this will go. This is like my only idea right now for stream ideas, except for just, hey, let's do more tier lists. So where do we want to start here? So we got... it's like, there's nothing to talk about on the first page, it's just a bunch of sound effects. Though I have noticed that Seven Seas' sound effects are just more awkward, like tunk. Like, why is tunk a real word? I'm sure it is, because they're using it, but still, it just seems more awkward than like what we got here. We got tink. And I've noticed that very often with Seven Seas. Their sound effects just seem much more awkward. Oh, thank you, Scott, for the $2 donation. 100 Girlfriends draft collab soon with Backtracks. Draft collab. Okay, that's an interesting idea. I'll have to write that down. But yeah, I'm definitely taking as many ideas as I can for extra content, because like I said, I am literally out. Someone did remind me about the novel. I'm like, oh yeah, I still haven't tackled that. Maybe we'll do that as a stream, but how do we do a stream about a book? How do we do that? Maybe that'll have to be an actual video I'll have to write. I did start a script on it. I think I got to like the first or second stories before I said, this is just so uninteresting. That's the worst part about the novel. It's very uninteresting. So let's see, we got Shizuka's. It's funny how the Seven Seas version is just so much bigger on this website. Can I make this bigger on Donkey? I guess there is, but it's gonna like throw everything off. I could always zoom in if we need to. Wonder how the anime would handle these chapters. I'm guessing it'd be a lot like the SuNday Lost Art, because that was also mostly serious. I mean, yeah, it's the silliness of, yeah, the tsundere factor and all that, but it dealt with the emotional core of Karine dealing with who she is as a character, and how it's like it's almost in her nature to be like this. So your phone's not working. The simplicity, phone broken. So it's more like, feels more like it's charades. Yeah, it's not really worth it. I've actually finished maybe like halfway through it, and it's just insanity. And I think I should at least bring it up for the people who don't want to read it. And I'm like, I don't blame you, but I'll do it for you guys and just summarize it. Tin canny? Ah, great. It's like it should be on my proper microphone. It's like, unless that's how I normally sound. I sure hope it's coming out of my actual microphone and not like some... Oh god. What if it's on my webcam? Oh god. Hold on. It's on my microphone. That's also on my microphone. The audio is showing it that I'm tapping my microphone. Oh god, okay. Ooh, Silver, quite the hot take there, saying the SuNday Lost Ark is your least favorite this year. Especially once we had the Kasuri one. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think we should probably more focus on the Seven Seas version, just because that we're all pretty familiar with the SuNday version. But so what's interesting here is they're leaning more into the fact that she really is playing charades here. So in charades, you're kind of working on just singular words. And whereas here we get like actual sentences like, your phone isn't working? Sounds different from my normal... Ah, fuck. Okay, I'll have to figure out why. Like, everything shows as it's my microphone. Ah, why is it with me and all the scuff problems? Yeah, I have no idea. Microphone. Everything's showing as microphone. Hold on. Let me just unplug the webcam since I'm not using it. Maybe that'll make it go away. Hello. Yeah, it's still showing as capturing my audio. I have heard about the, I guess I'm the mother of the Lord's 10 children. I need to check that. There's so much I need to get to. Okay. But we'll figure out this tin can thing later. As long as it's not, like, terrible. It'll be out for repairs for a bit, like for real? We actually have for real? We have the FR in here. Oh my god. How are you gonna live without your phone? Oh, trust me, Scott. That is a day of reckoning for this series. Is the Seven Seas Matsuri translation? She's not a Gyaru. She's not a Gyaru. She'll cope, but she ain't even. But she ain't even Nadarin without it. Wait, what did? But Gavin, like, this will be tricky here. Now, see, that's interesting difference where Ms. Natty's kind of saying, like, it'll be hard to have, you know, a conversation with you if you're not talking. So you act out what you say. Well, what did you watch on TV last night? Hey, it's Pentaro. Yeah, it's too much to handle. Okay, yeah, a little tinny, echoey. Great, I have to figure out what caused that. Because I wasn't like that on the last stream. Okay. Zoom scans of the stream. Oh yeah, if we get, well, actually, if it's considering season 4, we could get as far as Akko. Yeah, Amelie as the dub voice actor for Akko would probably go far, but they really need, like, I don't know if she goes full, like, Gyaru's, like, speech, like that Valley Girl speech. Like, I don't know if she goes that far with her, if she goes that far in the acting. I don't think we've ever heard her talk like that. Nice original is, but talk is hard mode, Desu. This is talking in hard mode. You still communicate with charades. I like the clarification here. It just says, so we're just going to use charades to talk, right? Instead of you just act out what you say. It's like, everyone knows charades. Well, okay, maybe not everyone, but I like that specificity of using charades. We had previously arranged to do our homework together at my home, but we may defer it to later if it is inconvenient for you. It's like, of course, Nado has, like, the most plain house here. Bentar is such a small floof. This is my room. Ah, so that's where that Shizuka image is from. Like, I see it so much, but I forgot where it was from. But we can postpone that if you could be more convenient. A friend, Yoshimoto Shizuka, is in my room. It's a photo of our... I like how she doesn't specify renter. I mean, granted, there is the specificity that Shizuka is pointing to the picture of Nano and Rentaro, so it makes sense that's like, yes, this is a photo of our first date, but you could take this totally out of context and be like, yeah, this is our first date between Shizuka and Nano. It's a picture of our first date, honey. The Shizuka Nano agenda continues in 7C's translations, even if it's incorrect. Oh yeah, someone did bring up an interesting Pokemon stream for all the girlfriends. I think that would be kind of fun. That might be a fun, like when I'm at the bottom of my barrel ideas and like, hey, let's just talk about Pokemon and 100 girlfriends at the same time. That could be fun, especially because I actually do have art. If anyone's seen that, I posted in the 100 Girlfriends Discord server of, I had some art commissioned for like the first 5 girlfriends, or 6 girlfriends. I went up to Hahari with, they have like a partner Pokemon. Oh, something happened to the mic? Is it better or worse? It got better. Oh, well, cool. I think this OBS finally realized, wait, the webcam's no longer plugged in. Alright, let's see this off with the value of X. Next week can use this formula. Cute, lovable, pettable. What was it? What was it, like head pats something in here? Adorable, lovely head pats. No, head pats wins. It's gotta be head pats. You must head pat the Shizuka. They changed the math, I doubt it, because it's probably written on there. Yeah, it's all the same. Can you tell me what the character's feeling in this passage? Oh god, they actually wrote it sideways. I shall not stoop to crossing swords with thee. Yes, your stream ideas. The bottom of the barrel. Like, I got to at least appreciate Zune's SuNday just going with the, like, I'll just put the translation over the Japanese text here. That's just so much easier. Instead of censoring and blurring this out, okay, here's this one line. It's long to talk about pregnant. If it was demanded by the community, it's like, I need to know your opinions on every girl's pregnancy. It's like, okay, fine. I am very susceptible to peer pressure, to my fans, to my stream watchers. Talk about what girlfriends remind you from another anime. That's something. I mean, there's definitely some ties to other girlfriends that you can make to. I haven't watched that much anime, so... Or, I have, but... it's like a weird middle ground. I don't know. I would definitely need a much more active chat of people comparing. So I gather the hive mind of anime fans. He must be experiencing overwhelming cuteness. Interesting. So this more implies that Nano herself is just saying swallowed up by bottomless cuteness. Where... They're trying to imply here that she's trying to focus on the subject of, like, what is this character feeling? And then it's like, clearly he must be overwhelmed with cuteness. What? Yeah, yeah, it's definitely more readable to just have the translated text above the Japanese instead of making your reader tilt your head to the side to read the text there. You don't have to give in to peer pressure. You can make the content. Oh yeah, that's definitely, like, that's the reason why I haven't done the book or anything like that. I have to definitely be motivated to do it. But I'm definitely more peer pressured into, like, what ideas are the most popular. But ultimately, I'll just be like, do I really want to do this or not? It's kind of like someone suggested I do shorts or lean more into diving into each character individually, which is a great idea on paper, but those moments where I talked about, like, Eru or Hakari, one of those, like, weird deep dives, was because it was so in the moment for what was happening in the chapter, and I don't know if I could do that for every girlfriend for every single time. So it's like, it's all based on the newest information that's coming out of the chapter, which is what inspires those. Being more clearly. Actually, I think I prefer yours more, though. The overwhelming... Just because it is... I read this more as Nando's just being ultimately distracted. Like, we should be focusing on our studying, but... There's just like, I can't focus because I'm being swallowed up by bottomless cuteness. So I think I just prefer that, even if it is maybe not the correct way. Human emotions are very complex. This inefficiency. I cannot stand it any longer. Yoshimoto Shizuka. Come, take a bath with me. This is just all we need right here. This is all we need for all the Shizunano shippers. Where I buy this manga, it's in most bookstores. Like, I got most of mine through either Barnes & Noble or Walmart. Like, if you actually want to go to a physical store, I think, like, a dedicated bookstore, like a Barnes & Noble, is, like, your best bet. But even then, I've been to, like, 3 different Barnes & Nobles in my area, and they only have, like, maybe 3 different volumes available, so it'd be really hard to do that. Your best luck is just to find online. And I know a lot of people sell them on eBay and whatnot. Depends if you're okay with, like, used. Yeah, there's definitely a... like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a desire to do something with shorts because they are so powerful in the YouTube algorithm now. It's just, I have no idea what to do except for, can I make like a 30-second deep dive into a character and I make like a short on each girlfriend? Like, that's something I would have to like really like hunker down, lock in, and do something for and think about. It's like, can I come up with like 5 facts about Hikari Hanazono and then do a short like that? You may use my phone to communicate. I have turned text-to-speech on so you may speak. Why are we in the bath? Let's see. Interesting, they have more speech bubbles in the 7 Seas version. Like, what was the Japanese like with, because you only have 3 like bubbles here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. I'm guessing you guys didn't edit the image, so maybe it's just the 3. Oh yeah, it makes like shorts about Pokemon designs. Yeah, it's definitely an idea. Like, you could also, I could probably lean into like, here's like, speaking of Eru, the like spikes on your earrings. Like, if we ever figure out what that is for, it's like, here's an explanation of why Eru has spiked earrings. Yeah, you can definitely tie like her design, a certain girlfriend's design choices into like what it tells about the character. Oh, you remove the extras. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So yeah, they didn't bother editing this and just went, we had to like, okay, we have to come up with a 6-word sentence. Why are we in the bath? Humans tend to feel more liberated when undressed. They find it easier to reveal their thoughts, to lay everything bare, as some might say. Hello, Uto. I definitely prefer letting it all hang out. It's more comedic with the whole let's get naked thing. Really interesting. The bubbles were so tiny to begin with that it looked unreadable. Yeah, they're so tiny, but yeah, they were. I mean, granted. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the actual book, because yeah, it's only readable because I have it on this giant monitor. Let me pull up the. Oh, cool! I flipped like right to it. Oh yeah, that is tiny in the actual manga. I mean, it's still readable, but yeah, that is tiny. Once again, it goes to show you what the extra length Zune and SuNday are doing for you guys. It's like, no, we're just gonna edit all this just so it's easier. Who will be pregnant first? If it's not Hikari, she might be a little perplexed about that. Sure about every time a girlfriend's birthday was brought up in the series. There's only like one. It was Hikari. That's because her birthday's Mother's Day, but they talked about Mother's Day, but they didn't mention that it was also Hikari's birthday. So it's like, no one's birthday has ever been brought up. It drives me crazy. But yeah, thanks for all the short idea, guys. It's definitely something I want to look into just because this year specifically... Oh yeah, they might not have the right to edit the bubbles. Yeah, you're very true. But yeah, this year I want to lean in like just going as hard as I can into the YouTube algorithm, just because we have season 3 coming up of the anime. And that will definitely be like the biggest boom to my channel, with doing like a reaction to the trailer, reaction to the episodes. So I want to like prepare my channel with like a bunch of other stuff to go with. I just want to like lean into as much as I can to see like where can this channel go, like how far can I get in this one niche of YouTube. It's like just focusing on this one IP basically. Tell me what you are hiding, because there appears to be something I cannot put into words. Succulus. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to even try. But I sense a millimeter, perhaps, even a nanometer difference from your usual self. You just think you should use the... Okay, you both use nanometer. Okay, I don't remember that. Sue mentions their birthdays in the extra volumes. So most of the girlfriends have a dedicated birthday, as a lot of mangaka do. They like to give things like characters' birthdays. But it's never been mentioned like within the manga itself of like, today is this birthday, or this girlfriend's birthday just happened recently, or anything like that, because that would be feeding into a timeline, and that's not possible in this series. Let's see here. I suspect Aisha Ventura has also noticed this, but he has chosen to respect your decision to hide it. But to me, seeing as you are, you seem to be in pain. So, yeah. I do like this choice where you go into a little bit more. It says, to me, you are looking as though you are struggling, if only slightly. I like that if only slightly at the end there, because she notices that it's a very small thing. Like, you are struggling, but you're putting on this brave face of trying to act like things are normal, even though when they're not. So I like this. Both Nano and we're assuming also Rentaro has noticed this off-put of Shizuka, even if it's just this little teeny tiny bit, as they said, millimeter, no, a nanometer of like out of place. So I like this little extra here at the end of if only slightly, instead of just saying you seem to be in pain. Like the you seem to be in pain does work, as it's saying, yes, you are, I can see that you are struggling, you are in pain, but there is something just a little bit of extra to that if only slightly, I can tell that you are struggling. It's so good. Let's see. Yeah, thanks you guys for chatting. It's like the most active my chat's ever been. People reaction to Chio. Please put on the fakest reaction when Chio's revealed as a girlfriend. No, I won't do that. I'm trying to promote my reactions to the anime as the guy who has read the manga. That's what I'm trying to differentiate myself in terms of, because I'm assuming all the other anime reactors are not manga readers. So, like, if you want over the top reactions, you can go to those guys. But let's see. Are you gonna finish? Yeah, that is on the list to finish up the Can't Choose a Childhood Friend. Funny enough, I actually still haven't read the final chapter. It's like literally sitting as a tab on my browser right now, and I just haven't gone around to it for whatever reason. I finished Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, but I haven't read the final chapter of Osa Era. But yeah, with now these 2-week break, as well as who knows what's going to happen once the schedule changes, like, it's going to be in there. That's on top priority. Ranker mentioned all different types of outfits. That'd be something. Oh yeah, speaking of the schedule, someone mentioned like right at the beginning of the stream. Hold on, let me scroll the chat real back. 7 Seas just got acquired by Media Dode. Oh, I didn't... What? So I actually have not heard of that. So 7 Seas got acquired? Let me see. 7 Seas Entertainment acquired. Let's see if anything comes up here. Japanese publisher Media Do has acquired 7 Seas Entertainment for $80 million. The acquisition was placed at 12.4 billion yen, or $80 million, according to their press statement. This is their first purchase. This is their first purchase of an English publisher, and was done to expand their business. While domestic market of manga Japanese has stagnated, overseas publication has been growing. As for what this means for us, no clue. Though I've seen enough media acquisitions to decide to be nervous. Besides that, there's a BL convention. Some findings: people tend to buy manga instead of their equivalent light novels through light novels increasing digitally. means. So not much, but it just says, yeah, this is a Japanese publisher buying an English one. That's very interesting. '70s is going to be '60s. Love Bullet. I don't think I've heard of that. Shizuka's sister manga. Are you talking about the Fragrant Flower? Time to pivot to reviewing Shark Teeth. Oh god. I will say, reviewing Osa Era has definitely taught me that I am now built into this way of I can only review like these episodic chapters of just like, here's a story and that's it. Like the most you get is a 2-parter or 3-parter. These like I thought it would be easier to review a ongoing storyline kind of manga like Osa Era. It's like, no, it's not. Unless things just happen like every chapter. Like when I was theorizing about what Osa Era was going, like I was in my zone, but beyond that. Which one sounds better? They are related or Alabama Girlfriend? How many volumes this manga will have? Well, from my calculation, I think I ended at like 93 volumes, and that was at just the volume that would introduce Girlfriend 100. You'd think they would want to get to like volume 100 at that rate. It's like, okay, guys, like we're at Girlfriend 100. We could tell a couple stories with all 100 girlfriends. So let's get at least to volume 100. God, that's gonna be quite the collection on my shelf. I almost wanted to start buying a couple other manga, but I just realized I need like a whole bookshelf just to accommodate 100 girlfriends. Yeah, what is One Piece up to volume-wise? Yeah, I hope the Girlfriend's manga isn't going to be... I don't think it's going to be affected. I think they just want to acquire 7 Seas for... As they said, overseas manga has been on the rise. So, as they said right here in the statement... domestic market of manga in Japan has stagnated. Overseas publication has been growing, which from what I'm telling of that is maybe the Japanese are leaning more into digital manga reading, like on their phones and iPads and whatnot. Because I know the Japanese market is leaning very heavily into like mobile use of just everything. That's why the Switch is so big there. So if like actual physical manga has stagnated in Japan because of that, and because it's such a mainstay, but manga and anime is just booming outside of Japan, and so like they want an English publisher like 7 Seas to help with that. They basically want a piece of that action. That's how I see it. Smoking by the Supermarket with You is phenomenal. Yeah. That's on my list, especially with the anime coming out. I think I'll probably just watch the anime and see how I feel about it. That's the thing, is like I want to at least have like the anime reference when I read a manga. So I tend to watch the anime at first just to see if I like it. That's what happened with like Fragrant Flower, Girlfriend, even 100 Girlfriends. Like I watched the anime first. Okay, let's get back to this. This is great. Just having a conversation with you guys is great. It's all possible. I wish to be of assistance. Hand over your phone. It's like, that's how you start a sentence of just like demanding, hand over your phone. It's like, give me your phone. Now, see, give me your phone actually, I think, fits better in the kind of like the awkward breaking of the silence of like, okay, yeah, this is enough. Give me your phone. Like, I don't know. Something about the give me instead of hand over just works better, and I don't know what it is. It's just the phrasing of it, where it's like this silence, like, okay, the straw has broken the camel's back, I guess, for a lack of a better phrase, of like, that's it, just give me your phone. Handover definitely sounds more commanding, but it doesn't feel like... Give me your phone definitely sounds like something an angry mother would say instead of handover for some reason. And I don't know what it is. The neighbors were talking about it. I heard you moved on from books and started talking using your phone. I hoped you would start talking if you would... I hoped you would start talking if you found people to call, but still, all you ever do is read. I was wrong to give you that thing. I'll cancel the plan right away. Oh damn. Wait. Cancel your plan. That wouldn't affect the text to speech app, would it? Wait, what does she say here? I thought if you wanted a phone, you would have someone you wanted to call and actually speak to, but you just keep reading your books. It was a mistake to let you have a phone. Give it back. Give it back to me this instant. It's so weird. Like, there's no mention of this. I'll cancel the plan right away. That is so funny. I'll cancel the plan. It's like I'm just gonna cancel your line of our phone plan. This reminds me that the English anime of the dub of Shizuka's mom was insanely more cruel than in Spanish. Interesting. So it was just a lot more, just Spanish like toned it down. I mean, I'm sure I watched it in English, but I don't remember it all. I should probably go rewatch that. See if they like amped up the harshness of Shizuka's mom here. Interesting. They actually does say she's canceling the plan. Interesting. It's such an awkward line to say, but it kind of works though. Yeah, it sounded awkward, exactly. Just give it back to me. Yeah, it's just the demanding mother of just saying, just give me back your phone. You can't have this. You're like grounded. Once again, this is more showing that Seven Seas is a lot more direct translation, and Zune and SuNday having a lot more what sounds better. Got it. And we only saw Shizuka's mom for like a moment in the anime, I think. Maybe I'm completely forgetting it, but now imagine we have this whole thing of Shizuka's mom. Like, they're gonna lean into the abusive mother thing. It's gonna be amazing if we ever get this far. Rinto typed so many books so I could talk to people on that phone. I can't tell him. It's so much simpler. Also, she kind of looks like Mei here a bit. This is Nozawa's same face problem. With her eyes closed, Shizuka kind of looks like Mei. Rentaro did all that work, this transcribing. I just realized it doesn't have the honorifics. Does Seven Seas get rid of all the honorifics? I don't think I've ever looked. Hold on. I need to like flip it to a... What's another chapter where everyone's saying their names with honorifics? But does Seven Seas get rid of honorifics? Huh. Okay, I have to keep an eye out for that. So I would say, did all that work transcribing all my books for me just so I could speak. Once again, it's the Seven Seas problem of like, you could have built this up just a little bit. Or at least just make the text bigger. Like, come on, what's with this empty space? I couldn't tell him that I like this decision where it looks like Shizuka's going to try to talk more. It's like, I couldn't tell him that I blank, 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 you know, lost my phone or whatever, and then Nano cuts her off, saying, I see, that is enough. Whereas here, she does say a complete sentence of, I can't tell him, and then Nano just responds, I see, I understand. So it feels more natural that Nano would just be like, okay, that's enough, I've heard enough, okay, we're going to fix this. I like that more, that Nano would cut her off like that. But we should talk to Aija Rentaro. It would be the most efficient way to ease your worries. If anything, it may only be the way. I understand this may be very frightening for you, but I will be there. Will that be better for you? I will be by your side. Will that help? Hello, Aija Rentaro. Can you come visit us now? I would head over there even if I were in the middle of an operation. Do not come if you are being operated on. Yeah, I definitely prefer this. I'd drop everything if you needed, even if I was in surgery. If that were the case, I would prefer you stay there. Do not come if you're being operated on is funny, though. It almost kind of, like, says, well, if you're being in the middle of an operation right now, don't come. If anything. It would be the most efficient way to ease your worries. If anything, it may be the only way. I guess it is, but it is kind of on the more awkward side. Because she is saying it would be the most efficient way to ease your worries. maybe if only, it maybe the only way might be a little bit better. But I think I do catch myself, and maybe other people also say this, like, if anything, that is our only option. Yeah, it is a little awkward, but I think it is, maybe it's not correct, but I think it is the way a lot of people talk. If I were to head over, I would head over even in the middle of an operation. Do not come if you're being operated on. Thank you for sharing me with the. Oh no, see, okay, so they don't get rid of here because Rentaro does call it or Shizuka-chan. Interesting. So here, Shizuka doesn't call him Rentaro-kun, but he does in. But you guys kept it here. Rentaro-kun did all that work. Interesting. Yeah, and you both kept Shizuka-chan. Interesting. We might not have any other option, if anything. Yeah, that definitely sounds better. Let's see. Shizuka-chan, will you let me talk with your mother? I won't let this end badly for you no matter what, I promise. That also sounds kind of weird. What did we say? What did you say? No matter what happened, I won't let anything this could make you sad. Okay, yeah. They're both a little bit awkward, so okay. That's just the way it was written. Yeah, I promise. What about you, Nano? Approaching her in numbers may put too much pressure on her, and I can sometimes fail social interactions and verbal communication. You will likely avoid more problems if I stay out of it. A large group of people may seem unnecessarily coercive. Here's Zune and SuNday coming with a more fancy vocabulary. May seem unnecessarily coercive. Furthermore, I am poor at speaking tactfully. So yeah, it's especially a character like Nano should have this more expansive vocabulary. That's what I always appreciate with you guys do in characters like Nano and Meru and stuff like that. You definitely know, like, these characters should have more of a wider vocabulary. Yeah, they took out the vocabulary for that one. They've just made it more simple. And that's definitely a recurring thing that we see in a lot of 7C's translation of this series, is that they simplify a lot of stuff. Which sometimes is better, sometimes not. Most of the time it's not. I get asked that a lot, Amy. What about video on ideas for future girlfriends? The problem with that is we are barely over the 1/3 mark, so literally the sky is the limit. So I can say, like, yeah, I would like a girlfriend like this, fill in the blank, but trying to predict what some ideas could be, it most likely will happen because we have like 60 more to do, so almost anything can happen. Now, come we hit like 90 girlfriends, and there's only like 10 left. Okay, yeah, maybe you could like start throwing out some ideas, because now you have 90 girlfriends to say, what don't we have? So that's why I wouldn't do something like that until we're like at the very end. Now, granted, that's gonna be like 15 years from now when at the rate this series is going. But yeah, it's just hard to predict like what a future girlfriend might be, because there's just so many options. And yeah, so let's put that idea of predicting future girlfriends into a time capsule, pull it out in like 15 years when we're down to like the last like 10 girlfriends or so. I think it's more overcomplicated. Yeah, but it's good though. It tickles the brain, at least my brain. It tickles my brain when we use bigger, fancier words, especially when you use a word that I'm not familiar with and I have to go look it up. Like, I actually like that now. I think there's probably a lot of people who don't, but I like learning new words. Let's see. Thank you. Good luck. Yoshimazu. What did you say? Good luck? Oh, no. Stay strong is so much better. Stay strong is so much better than good luck. Especially for this kind of situation. It's like, no, you need to stay strong, Shizuka. So just good luck. Good luck out there. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Who is that with you? Glare. Don't. I forgot about the nose thing. It's don't. Can we please have a serious cliffhanger for once? Who is this you've brought with you? It's like, no zing. This is actually serious. Interesting, this is actually serious. Kind of does say, like, no, this is actually serious. We needed to be taking this, we need to take this seriously. This is a serious conversation we need to be having, where it says, can we please have a serious cliffhanger for once? This sounds like it's the love god saying, it's like, you know what, I know we're in a comedy series, but can we please have a serious serious cliffhanger? But, I mean, we are. If you didn't say this random dialogue here of just saying, this is serious, instead of just can we please have a serious arc for once? This makes it more comedic, actually. Even if you have the don't. Don't. People over in the Spanish side still believe she's a soulmate. They didn't catch that it was a fake out. Interesting. It's actually very interesting that the Spanish sides of a lot of there's just a really big Spanish community for a lot of anime and manga, which I just find really interesting, which it makes sense because Spanish speaking countries are just gigantic and there's a lot of them, so but it's just interesting that I just never would assume Japanese manga and anime would be their thing. But yeah, it's like among Spanish speakers, like Dragon Ball Z is just huge. Dragon Ball Z is just huge everywhere. No face? Okay, so let's get to the actual serious conversation. Let's see how they handled the serious conversation that we have with Shizuka's mom here. So interesting that they went with Mother I and Mother here, which is an interesting change, which is a small change, but it's an interesting one, where it's Mother kind of leans into more, you don't know how to speak that. Mother okay, let me try to word this better. Mother insinuates that you don't know, you're trying to say something, but you don't know what you're trying to say. Whereas Mother I infers that you know what you're about to say, but you're nervous to say it. I'm not exactly 100% sure what the exact meaning there is, but I think 7S was technically closer with a serious translation. Yeah, I mean, most likely it is, because that seems to be the most reoccurring thing, is that they are the most direct translation most of the time. But, like I said, I think I like the way you guys put it in, like, okay, let's take this seriously for once. Yeah, please be serious. Have you ever thought about what would you look like if you existed on a Girlfriend's universe? No, considering we have no other males except for Rentaro. It's just one of those series that's just like no men exist. I mean, we do have Ike Mentaro. That's about it. Let's see. My name is Aija Rentaro. I'm dating your daughter, Shizuka-san. Interesting, he changed it to Shizuka-san here instead of Shizuka-chan. Oh, you also did change it to Shizuka-san. So that's a mental choice of not calling her Shizuka-chan in front of her mother, which is interesting. There's 20 different meanings for the kanji used there. Gotcha. Friend A slander. Yes, I am Friend A. You've caught me. I am Friend A. Right, now it all makes sense. I thought it was strange. She never had any interest outside books. She never would have thought of using a text-to-speech app on her own. She must have gotten that habit from you. Oh my god, I never noticed this glare here with, like, the under eye. It also has to make you wonder that Shizuka... Well, I guess it would make sense for... She wouldn't really question Shizuka being home late from school because... Like, she worked at the library, so I guess Shizuka's mom just assumed all this time she was just at the library. But no, she's spending all this time, like, after school on the rooftop with everybody else. It's like, and as we infer from this chapter is that her and her mom almost never talk. So she would never mention, like, yeah, I just hung out with all my friends. She never brought that up. Like, the fact that she probably wasn't even talking. Like, she never used the text-to-speech app at home all this time. So it's just an interesting thing that they have been living, like, in almost an absolute silence this entire time. I think it'd be funny if there was a Rentaro fan club made of mostly men. And someone shooting us. No, I have, like, the nightmare that there's going to be, like, something, and there's going to have, like, owl like mascot character, and he's gonna have a top hat and monocle. Like they're gonna make me into a mascot character for something, for like like the Sirius Corporation or something. It's got an ad during a live stream. Oh, yeah, because I do think because my channel is monetized, my live streams have ads. I wish it would tell me though. Wish it would tell me like when it's about to do an ad so I could at least be ready for that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I picked up the habit from you. Sounds weird. She must have gotten the habit from you. Yeah, that is weird because it's like it's not like he's using it. So how would he give her the habit? It's like it's more like saying probably what should have said you got the idea from you, like inferring that Rentaro gave her the idea to use the text-to-speech app, which he did. So yeah, it's weird that they worded it as habit instead of like an idea. Yeah, I think most of the girls don't want to tell their family they're in a poly relationship. You don't even have to mention the relationship. You're just like, hey, I found a group of friends and we hang out after school. It's like you don't have to mention anything else. I ask that you never have anything to do with Shizuka again. That's kind of awkward. Wait. I don't want you coming near her ever again. Yeah, I like that, coming near her. I think I prefer that over and have anything to do with Shizuka. But, ma'am, I'm sure it was fun for you, swooping in to save a helpless girl like her. You must feel so proud of yourself. Yeah, put the idea in her head. That's much better. Yeah, the actual literal translation would have been better. Yeah, where did they get this idea of habit? I was gotten the habit from you. Is that what you guys put? Oh yeah, you're the one that put the idea in their head. Yeah, that makes so much better. But yeah, the white knighting thing. What did you guys say? Okay, swooping in like a hero to save a poor little girl. I like the inclusion of swooping in like a hero. I like that inclusion. It really it's trying to paint Rentaro as this, yeah, like I'm coming in like this white knight to save this disabled girl kind of thing. Like I'm going to be that hero, that white knight, instead of just swooping in to save a helpless little girl like her. Oh, they didn't say little, helpless girl like her. Yeah, because I think oh yeah, speaking of the ads thing, because I see other people mentioning it, it's like I do have the option to start an ad. So like I thought I had complete control over that, and I set it to manual because I thought I would do it for like breaks and whatnot, but yeah, it doesn't warn you or anything. That's annoying. I wish there was like a little timer telling me, okay, an ad's gonna start, and so I can at least plan for it for you guys, so I can stop talking. But I need you to stop using her to feed your ego. That's okay. That's a kind of good line right there. But please don't subject my daughter to your smug, self-righteous antics. Okay, those are both good. Okay, you both did a good job here. I like this using her to feed your ego. That's really good. Have you ever seen a grown adult who speaks only using a text-to-speech app? Have you met Stephen Hawking? If you keep saving her, that is what she will become. Become what? An adult who uses a text-to-speech app? It's like, is that so wrong? At least she's like being a grown adult who's doing stuff. It's like, who cares if she just uses a text-to-speech app? Have you met a smoker who lost their vocal cords and has to use that little electronic device on their throat to talk? It's like, there's many different people out there who talk differently. Have you ever once seen a grown, productive member of society talk? Now, see, this is, once again, just an adding of a word adds a whole lot to this line. Have you ever seen a grown, productive member of society? So that is leaning into Shizuka's mom seeing her as she is not going to become a productive member of society instead of just... have you just seen a grown adult who speaks only using a text-to-speech app? But the inclusion of the word productive is huge here, because she thinks of her daughter as being this broken person who is not going to be able to do anything. As we see later in the chapter when she's like, well, what happens when I'm gone? Like, when me and my husband are gone and Shizuka's by herself. It's like, I have to prepare her for that. And she needs to be a productive member of society and be able to live on her own. So this is like foreboding, or like foreshadowing the little bit of speech that we get later on from Shizuka's mom this is her biggest worry. This is the basis of what she worries about Shizuka, is that she's not gonna grow up to be a functioning member who can be by herself. I definitely don't like the insinuation that you'll never grow out of it and start talking more. That's not like humans work. I mean, there is a lot to be said about the habits that you form in childhood do grow. And yeah, you can change, obviously, but there are a lot of people who will develop habits and other things like that in their teenage years, and it will almost carry them through their entire life. And something as big as not using your vocal cords, as the few times we've even heard Shizuka speak, like, it's hard for her because her vocal cords are just so unused. So the fact that she is now doing this as a teenager and it's already hard for her to speak, just continuing that of not using her vocal cords, like, they're gonna be pretty much useless the older she gets. So maybe one day she could mentally be like, okay, I'm ready to talk, but the fact is physically, because she's never used those muscles, it may be almost impossible for her to talk. So it's like, you gotta nip this kind of habit in the butt in the teenage years while there's still time to reverse course on this. Oh yeah, smackling. Why can't you talk normally like the other children? The Japanese there is kind of interesting. It uses the kanji for member of society, but it's given the pronunciation of adult. So at least, even with the Japanese there, member of society, so it is still, like what you said, it's leaning into being a productive member of society, whereas 7C's just kind of says grown adult. Like, you can be a grown adult and be a hemorrhage to society by not having a job, basically being Tama. Red's not here, I can throw Tama under the bus. But you can be someone like a Tama who just doesn't do anything, like, or we can talk about those jobless people who just don't work and are just not doing anything else with their lives. So there's a lot of non-specificity of grown adult here, whereas both the original Japanese, as you're saying, and when you throw in the word productive member of society, that's where the intent is going. Is like, you are not going to be a normal functioning grown adult member of society in the workforce and life and all of that. Why can't you speak normally like the other kids? I like this. Once again, just using difference of children and kids. I can speak normally. Interesting is just I swear, sometimes with like lines like this, it's almost like they read the Scanlation version, like, okay, well, we can't use this phrase exactly, so let's just swap out some words. Like, they say speak and talk, and they say children and kids. They just swap around different words like that. It's like, well, they already knocked it out of the park in the Scanlation. We got to do something different, otherwise we'll be risk of just copying. I do have a theory and why she doesn't talk that much. Maybe her mom was, there should be a singer and people were the singing for was cute, but she's, I don't know about anything like that. I mean, we do see kind of in the well, Shizuka's like in the beginning. She just never got around to it. She's just always been like a super shy person, and she's just like, well, this is effective. I can just point things in my book. Oh yeah, it is a different font. Interesting. Use JB's font and phrasing exactly from chapter 3 here. Huh. I have trouble talking to my own mom, especially when she yells, but I actually can't talk to myself. Yeah, oh yeah, it's a code thing. Like, you will talk and act differently depending on who you're talking to. That is even as small as like your own different members of your own family. Come on, speak up. You'll never talk if you keep on relying that book of yours. There's no time. I need to fix her now. Enough already. Enough. Speak properly already. It's all because you used that book to communicate that you still can't speak properly after all this time. That's a different way of phrasing that. Where she's saying here, you'll never talk if you keep on relying on that book of yours as like a crutch. Where it's almost like, in this version, it's almost saying, it's all because you used that book. Where she's like almost blaming the book kind of, in a way. Which I think is kind of interesting. Oh, creepy child. Yeah, but creepy child just hits different. It hits hard. I need to fix this immediately. I need to fix her right now. Interesting that it's different definition, or not definition, but like phrasing of I need to fix her. I need to fix specifically Shizuka. And I need to fix this. I need to fix this situation. Shizuka's already in junior high. What if she grows to be an adult before changing her ways? What if something happens to me? Her father is always overseas for work, and there's no getting around the fact I'll die before Shizuka does. When that day comes, how will she survive? Shizuka's already in middle school. What if she stays like this until she's a grown adult? What if something happened to me? Her father is always working and almost never in Japan. And even if nothing, oh my god. And even if nothing does happen, I'll pass away before her anyway. How is she going to survive when the time comes? It's mostly the same, just some different little bit of phrases here and there. I do like the inclusion of the thing about the dad here. Her father is always working, almost never in Japan, whereas they just say is always overseas for work. I don't know, something about the inclusion of almost never in Japan kind of makes it feel like he's just never there. Whereas when they say in anime and manga that the parents are always working overseas, it's just a way to have a one parent situation in these series, in manga and anime in general. But when you word it as her father's always overseas for work, at least it makes it sound like, yeah, he works, but he does come home eventually. Whereas saying her father is always working, almost never in Japan, that inclusion of almost never in Japan makes it sound like he's really trying, or something else, that he's just never around. At least when he just says, oh, he works overseas, at least that can infer that he's there sometimes. So it's a lot more desperate in this version. This is so good, it's making me want to cry right now. Yeah, this is the tearjerker chapter. She's not getting any better because I'm not strict enough with her. It's like, come on, speak! Speak! If I hadn't kept using guilt as an excuse, Shizuka might be fixed already. Interesting. Wait, what did it say here? I still haven't fixed this because I haven't been strict enough. I let the guilt get to me. I spoiled her too much. If I hadn't, she might be fixed by now. Alright, so those both still work. I like that it's like I kept using guilt as an excuse. Instead of guilt get to me, I spoiled her so much. If I hadn't. I find this actually interesting. In this, it's if I had, she might be fixed by now. It is interesting. Inclusion of by now works a lot here, whereas might be fixed already. I don't know. This kind of just feels like more desperate, I guess, maybe is the word I'm looking for. Like, I like this fixed by now instead of just fixed already. I do like using guilt as an excuse, but also this inclusion, I spoiled her too much, is also really good. Yeah, so these both work. They're both good. Why can't you just be normal? Insert meme here. Why can't you just be normal? Why are you such a creepy child? Yeah, definitely two very different lines, as you were saying there, tease they have creepy child. But creepy child is such a, like, it's going to hit for a lot of people, I think. Of, like, just the trauma of your own mother calling you a creepy child is just daunting. And I think it works in that regard. Oh yeah, Angel, if this is too much, yeah, please go take care of yourself. I almost wonder if they did this on purpose. Why can't you just be normal into that meme? Unless this is just a more direct translation. It's like, why I just can't hear anything but that meme. Why? It's obvious. Shizuka turned It's obvious Shizuka turned out like... Okay, that's kind of awkward with the period here. It's obvious... Why? It's obvious. Pause. Shizuka turned out like this, all because of me. Why? That should be obvious. Shizuka's the way she is, all because of her mother. Now, see, the period works better here. Because it's like, why? That should be obvious. Dot. Pause. Shizuka's the way she is, all because of her mother. Why? Now, see, if you don't get rid of the period here... Shizuka turned out like this, dot, 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 all because of... Now, see, this works. Shizuka turned out like this, all because of me. It's just this period here after it's obvious. Like, if this was just continuing one thing, even a comma, it'd just be like, why? It's obvious. You put a Y in here. Maybe take out, maybe move the Y here. Go, it's obvious why Shizuka turned out like this, all because of me. It's all because of me. I'd probably word it like that. Why? That should be obvious. That should be obvious makes this period work more. Shizuka the way she is, all because of her mother. And it's like, interesting. I think I actually do prefer all because of me. That feels like more of a daunting line. It's like, it's all because of me. I'm the problem. Instead of now we're talking in the third person here of all because of her mother. But I do also appreciate this all because of her mother, because it's looking at it from another's perspective of, it's like, yeah, when a child turns out weird, you have to blame the parents. And that is me. I am the mother, all because of her mother, and that's me. So, it works, but I think this introspective all because of me just kind of, just flow. I don't know if flows better, but I don't know. I think maybe just a personal thing. Also, I just realized all the books here are translated. Keeping Kids Grow, Parenting 101, Introduction to Childcare, Preparing for Children for Education, Raising a Healthy Child, Children, They're Something, and How to Nurture, How Children Overcome Adversity, A Parent's Duty, How to Lead Your Children, Parenting to Grow Happy Children. She says, why are you such a weird child, with a very negative weird. So creepy's a pretty good translation. That's another case of kanji saying this as mother, pronunciation says me. Huh. Interesting. Interesting with Japanese, it says it's a weird child with a very negative version of weird. I regret not translating those books. You can't even barely see, like, I can't even see, like, Japanese kanji or anything on it. Okay, it's, like, very faint. It's like, you only get, like, the back half of these here. Like, you can't see anything up here. It's like, you would just be making stuff up and at that rate. I think that maybe that's what they did. They just kind of said, granted, they have a lighter version. Maybe they were able to see the whole book spine. All you did was take away the opportunity for Shizuka to improve herself. Do you really think she can stay like this? That she can go on without suffering? And I like this, like, imagery here of the flower that hasn't bloomed. You can see him, you can see him better on the previous page? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay, you're right. I just went to listen to the English dub, and yeah, that shit's hard to listen to. I might have to go rewatch the series, or at least this episode. Shizuka's episode. But yeah, like I said, the imagery of the flower that hasn't bloomed, that's, you know, great job, Nozawa. Who would be in charge of something like that, of, like, background images and stuff like this? Is that a Nakamura Nozawa thing? That's an interesting question. Now, interestingly, he pulls out the Shizuka-chan here. Interesting. He pulls out did you guys put that? Shizuka-chan is, yeah. So that's a writing thing, is where he tried to be so formal at the beginning by calling her Shizuka-san, but now when he's, like, getting emotional about it, it's like, no, Shizuka-chan is suffering right now. And let's appreciate you actually using, like, bold and italicized, like, no, she's suffering right now, to emphasize the right now, instead of just, I mean, at least they italicize now. Okay, that's something at least. Pull that Chan out. For me, the risk of her suffering in the future isn't justification enough to make her suffer now. What I really want for her is a forever without suffering. That's... Okay, I get what they were going for, especially when they're trying to italicize forever to make a emphasis on that, but that is awkward. What I really want for her is a forever without suffering. I've only ever wanted to make sure Shizuka-chan would never have to suffer another day in her whole life. So that obviously works. If I were to reword this, it would be something like, what I really want for her is a future without suffering. Instead of a forever, I would say maybe like a future. Forever's trying to romanticize it, I guess, a bit more. It's like trying to make it more poetic or something. It's like a forever without suffering. It's like, I get the idea behind it, but I don't think I like it. I think future probably would have went better there. And you guys had a lot more wording here. Would never have to suffer another day of her whole life. You've lived for 15 or so years. Stop talking as if you know how the world works. I love this, though. This, you're what, 15, 16? That is such, like, well-written dialogue for a situation and character like this. Instead of just, you've lived 15 or so years, like, it's like, granted, she doesn't look that old. She's probably like, let's see, she's, what, 14, maybe, just like maybe mid to late 30s. If she's on the younger side. Yeah, probably. A little too literal with the forever line. But, goddamn, I love this. You're what, 15? It's so demeaning. It's like, you're what, 15, 16, literal child. Instead of just, you live for 15 or so years, stop talking as if you know how the world works. Now, this works. Stop talking as if you know how the world works. That still works. And it's very close to you think you have any idea how the world works. They're pretty much the same, just slightly different. But it's this, like, lead up to that line. It's like, you lived here 15 or so years. But no, it's that demeaning. You're what, 15, 16? Because it's the way that you're wording it of, it's a question. You're like, you're what? It's like, what do you know? You're what, 15? Instead of just this statement of fact. It's like, you've lived for 15 or so years, given that you're in the same age as Shizuka. It's like, so I know how old you are. But it's, like I said, it's the demeaning questioning of her. It's like, you're just a little child. What are you? Makes that work so much better. It's funny, people always talk about the world, but your world is small. Shizuka's mom is why it's always the world justify your claim. Yeah. You think the world is kind. You talk of forever without knowing the weight of the future. It only proves that you don't know the real world yet. Now, see, they're bringing back that forever line that he brought up. Even future would still work here. It's like, you think of future without knowing the weight of the word. Now, granted, okay, yeah, future probably doesn't work as much here without knowing the weight of the word. Yeah, talking about the weight of the word of forever does work in this context. So, like, we could keep this, but we would definitely have to reword this somehow if we want to keep that forever line. You haven't spared society. You haven't spared society or the world at large an ounce of okay, you haven't spared society or the world at large an ounce of thought required, and here you are flippantly spouting off your whole life. Yeah, so instead of forever, you went with whole life here, which is good. That's all the proof I need to tell you don't know a single thing about the word. Oh, you're so much meaner than the translation here. Like, Shizuka's mom in the translation is mean, but goddamn, you guys went into it hard with her. It's so good. You haven't spared society or the world at large an ounce of thought. It's like, you haven't been thinking about this. You're a child. That's so good. You'll graduate, you'll see society for yourself, and when you learn how big the world is, you'll soon realize there are beautiful women, intelligent women, competent women. There are all kinds of women out there in the world. Yes, I know, and I'm dating all of them. God, I always keep talking about, like, we need to meet more parents, but we need to also have more parents find out about the polycule. Like, they didn't do that with Momoha's parents. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm a student dating a teacher, but I don't think they mentioned all the other girlfriends. It's like, we need to see that next. Let's see. Once you graduate from school and go out into the real world, you'll finally just see how big it really is. There are pretty girls, smart girls, reliable girls, innumerable types of girls all over the world. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Like, this isn't bad right here. You'll see society for yourself. That's a pretty good line. You'll see society for yourself. And when you learn about how big the world is, you'll soon realize. See, it's interesting, like, we have this continuous sentence here. It's like, and when you learn how big the world is, you'll soon realize, ... there are beautiful women, intelligent women. Whereas these are more separated here. It's like you'll finally see just how big it really is. There are pretty girls, smart girls, and reliable girls. There's all these girls all over the world. So everything here works except for this you'll graduate. It's like you'll graduate, end of sentence. Whereas once you graduate from school, so yeah, it's leaning into that you'll soon find out. Once you graduate from the safe boundaries of school, you'll learn how the real world works. So yeah, once again, it's this lead up here, which is really good. Does everyone show up outside of her house to support them? No. Well, we get Nano at the end, because she was like the important factor of this. But we do see everyone mentioned because, as we see later, that she's talking about how much she's made all these friends. She's made all the friends of the family. So, I'm sorry this is your first exposure to this chapter, by the way, Angel. I'm sorry. That's what you're implying is like this. You haven't read this chapter. I'm sorry, this is the first way you're exposed to this. Oh, God. Let's see here. You realize that there is no reason Shizuka has to be the one. You'll leave her behind someday, so at least make that day today. So what reason is there for you to be with Shizuka specifically? No reason at all. I know what this is. Someday you'll cast her. I know what this is. Someday you'll cast her aside. And if that's gonna be someday, then let it be today. We need a girlfriend who is suspicious to how and why everyone keeps falling in love with every day. That's what I don't know if I mentioned this area, but I always thought it would be interesting that there would be a girlfriend who is at least aware of like how love works with that zing that people get, because we've seen the zing with other people with in this series. So zing is definitely a thing that other people feel when they meet their soulmate. So I would love a girlfriend who is like desperate for love. It's like, I'm waiting for my zing. I keep meeting all these guys, but I'm not feeling that zing. And then she finally feels it with Renchiro, and she just flips out like, yes, finally the zing. I don't know, I thought that'd be kind of, I think that'd be kind of funny. So, yeah, this is like this harsh line here. We need to break this down. You realize that there is no reason Shizuka has to be italicized the one. You'll leave her behind someday. So at least make that today. So at least make that day today. It works, but so what is their reason? So what reason is there for you to be with Shizuka specifically? Shizuka has to be the one. It's almost swapped here. No reason. I kind of like this dipping back. So what is the reason for you to be with Shizuka? There is no reason. My daughter is not dateable. That's what she's saying. Is like, there's no reason for anyone to date Shizuka because she's pathetic as she is right now. I know what that is. Someday you'll cast her aside. You'll leave her behind someday. So at least make that day today. And if it's going to be someday, then let it be today. So the rest of this works. It's just this little bitty beginning here. You'll realize that there is no reason Shizuka has to be the one. Which kind of is weird to say. That's like, my daughter has nothing of value. There's no way she can be your one. So I know this is a fling, so flings end. Let's just cut this fling off right now, is what she's saying. And I mean, that's basically what you're saying here is what reason is there for you to be Shizuka? There is no reason. So let's just cut this thing off now. So they're basically saying the same thing, but I feel like there's more to the wording here. And keep in mind that in the one she told him earlier that it's using to feed his ego. Yeah. I mean, it almost is kind of contradictory when you think about it. It's like, we know that you're only using Shizuka to keep your ego. You're not going to keep her around forever. So let's just cut this off. Like, let's have her stop feeding your ego. You realize too, don't you, Shizuka? Do you truly believe that he's gonna love you forever? There's no reason you go out of your way. I do like that, go out of your way. It's like, because my child is so problematic, why are you dealing with these extra problems to be with her? That's not worth it. It's like, that's so rude. So harsh. You realize too, don't you, Shizuka? Do you truly believe that he's ever going to love you? Yes, I will. Forever and ever. Yeah. I will love her for the rest of our life. I like this. Yeah, this is so much better. It feels more natural, even though they both are like this super, like, fictional, like, confession of love, you know, corny stuff. This one feels just a little bit more realistic. I will love her the rest of our lives instead of just, yes, I will, forever and ever. A renter obsessed type girlfriend who clashed with mine in some way. I've already told you, your idea of forever doesn't. So they're really leaning into this forever thing. See, the idea I told you doesn't. You might be right that I still don't know enough about the world, but I know a whole lot about Shizuka-chan. She loves books and knows more about them. Yeah, she loves books and knows more about them than anyone. She's kind and always thinking about others. She's helped so many people simply by being sincere. Me and my S's and C's. She can be really brave for the people she cares about. So she has a little trouble talking, but is that really such a big problem? That's it. But I know pretty much everything there is to know about Shizuka. Yeah, I can't once again, it's with this line here, I can't deny that there's plenty I don't know about the world. It's Rentaro admitting it's like, yeah, I am just a dumb 15-year-old boy. Yeah, there's a lot of the world I don't know. But that doesn't matter in this particular situation. Oh yeah, he's definitely yelling. Like, I mean, look at the face here. Look at the exclamation points. My boy is yelling right now. I know she loves books. I know she loves books more than anybody else could. I know she'll always treat others with unending kindness. I know she saves everyone around her by just being her pure innocent self. And I know she can summon tremendous courage for the people she cares about. This is more bolstering her up. Let's like, she can summon tremendous courage. Just kind of always thinking about others. So what if she's not very good at speaking? It wasn't supposed to matter. That's also just better written. It's like, so what? So she has this one problem. Like, it doesn't matter in the big scheme of things. It's like, so she has a little trouble talking. Is that really such a big problem? I exaggerate a bit with pretty much everything, but it sounded good. Wait, pretty much everything. Oh yeah. And that's something that someone like this in situation defending his girlfriend would say. It's like, I know pretty much everything about my girlfriend that I love so much. It is a natural way to say that kind of sentence. It does sound good. I love Shizuka-chan because of who she is. I don't need her to be like anybody else. That's just what you believe so you can keep thinking you're right. You're using what you believe to be right to make her act normal, too. It isn't what Shizuka-chan believes. Shizuka-chan can find a place where she can be happy even among people who aren't like her. Has she ever said she wanted to be like other people? When did she ever ask that of you? I love Shizuka-chan precisely because of who she is. She doesn't need to be like anybody else. So yeah, I say it like this. I like this line a lot more. She doesn't need to be like anybody else. I don't need her to be like, okay, so they pretty much say the same thing. But yeah, it's a good line there. Don't you understand how selfish it is to be forcing your own values on her like that? Yeah, see, this is where this really comes in. It's like, you're forcing your values? No, you're the one who's pushing your values on her. You're using what you believe to be right to make her act normal, too. You're the one pushing her to be like everybody else. So they both work. It's when you have the quotation of like everyone else or to be normal, because she is pushing this value of, or not value, but like this ideal, like what is normal, what is like everybody else. I can promise it's not Shizuka-chan's version of normal. Basically what he's saying. It's what Shizuka. Even when Shizuka is with everyone else, none of whom are like her. She never stops smiling, she's always having fun. Different phrase here, but it's kind of saying the same thing. Like when she's with other people that aren't like her, like it's perfectly fine. She's just having a good time. It's like, But it's interesting that they word this here. Shizuka-chan can find a place where she can be happy, even among people who aren't like her. This is implying that, okay, yeah, we're dating, but we still haven't found this group of people. Like, this is saying that she hasn't found a group of people to be with that makes her happy and she makes others happy. It's like, well, but you're showing this image here of, like, she did find a group. She has this big group of people. So it's almost like lying to the mother, in a way, with this line here. Shizuka-chan can find a place where she can be happy even among people. So it's just telling you, yeah, she can, in the future, she can find a group of people where she can be happy. Actually using who would do this? Whom are like her. But yeah, I find that really interesting. It's like almost saying that she hasn't found this group of people yet, but I believe that one day she will. Has she ever said she wanted to be like other people? When did she ever ask that of you? Ask. Yeah, I can't pronounce that K. What exactly makes you think Shizuka-chan wants to be like everyone else? Has she ever told you that she does? It's like, wait a minute, she never did. All she ever says to me is mother. That's the only word she says. Mother. I can read books that I love. Found lots of friends. And then she kind of contradicts what Rentaro says here. I found lots of friends. Like, wait, you have friends? Since when? I found friends that I love. And I even found Rentaro-kun who loves me so much. I'm so happy I was born as I am. Love reading books and I love all of my friends so much and have been able to meet Rentaro-kun. I love him. I like this little change of Rentaro-kun and I love him. I like he loves me and I'm so happy to be alive. Which, okay, so since this is like the penultimate panel of this volume, we have to make sure this hits, but yeah, I'm happy to be alive, I think does a lot more for what the situation is than just happy to be born as I am. Happy to be born as I am would imply that she's had this, basically, it's something you would say as a disability, to say like, I was born with this disability, but I'm so happy that I am that I am. But no, this is a Shizuka's thing of, this is a, I don't want to say it's a choice, but it's the way she chose to live her life. And because she can talk, it's not like she's a mute. Oh, you fucked it up? is 7C's closer? Because I actually prefer to be alive. Happy to be alive is so much better. Yeah, see, happy to be born as I am is like accepting and running with what life has been dealt to you, whereas just happy to be alive because you're happy with the life that you have, because life has now become something that you are happy to have, whereas born as I am is just accepting where it's something that, it almost sounds like this talking thing is something that's out of her control. Now, in a way, it probably is, because that's just her. I'm so happy I'm so happy to have been born to be who I am. Now, see, that also works. If a literal direct translation like you did, I'm so happy to have been born to be who I am. That more implies that she's accepting of the choices that she made in her life to be like, you know what? It's like, I'm okay with not talking. I'm going to just find other ways to talk. I'm not going to force myself to be better or be normal and talk. Where, like I said, and happy to be born as I am, this sounds more like a line from someone who was like born mute. And it's like, I'm okay, I'm happy that I'm mute because of that's who I am. Instead of the choices that she made, because somewhere along her timeline, Shizuka could have been like, you know, maybe I should change. Maybe I should try to talk more and stuff like that. So it's the different implication between saying happy I was born as I am versus happy to be alive / your direct translation here, happy to be born to be who I am. Those two, both your literal and what you did in the chapter, is her being content with her choices in her life, where this sounds more like someone who is born with a, like I said, born with a disability and is perfectly fine with it. Like most people who are born with disability, yeah, they usually are fine with their disability. So it's two different implications when you was born like this, because I was born like this, basically. Thank you. He's right. I was too busy looking for the... I was too busy looking to the future, to society, when I should have been looking at Shizuka. He's right. I've spent all this effort focusing on the future, on the world, when what I needed to focus on was just her. That's basically the same thing. Oh yeah, Silver. Also, great point. It's when you put it as to be alive. Especially with the scarf, I think it does imply she's happy who she's... Yeah, it's talking about she's happy who she is and who she's become, the choices that she made along her life. Whereas, like Silver said, alive also infers that maybe the mom was worried that she could have been even suicidal at some point because of being so depressed. Whereas, like, once again, born as I am just implies, like, I love my disability, basically. Or I am perfectly content with my disability. Oh yeah, there's no way they would skip this in the anime. It's too big of a chapter. I'm sure it's among not even our group of Chaos Squared and Moonlight Channel and all that, even just to other fans of the series. Like, this is probably a very big chapter for them. At least I would hope so. It's good to hear that, Tiller. Let's see, he's right. I was too busy looking toward the future, to society, when I should have been looking at Shizuka. Why? Why did I? Please, you should leave. I said what I came here to say. The answer won't come quick. It's been a long, hard fight for Shizuka-chan's mother too. What? Now, see, I love this. Instead of what did she say here? Why did I? I love this. What have I? It's like it's the what have I done? It's that villain realizing that everything he's been doing has been evil at this point. It's that typical line. It's like, what have I done? I'm a monster kind of line. So yeah, it's better than why did I? Now, why did I still work? It's like, why did I do this to my own daughter? Let's see. I've seen I'm happy to have been born in before in Japanese as something I'd rather translate as I'm happy to be alive, so I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. Yeah. We just missed a little bit in the changes, the meaning there. Please go home. There's no easy solution here. I'm sure she's spent years and years agonizing over this issue. I like that. It's just like, even if it's been the wrong way of thinking about the future of your daughter, to say something like she's been agonizing this over the issue, I like that implication that's like, even though it's the wrong one, she's been agonizing over this for years, I should leave her alone. And granted, it's been a long, hard fight for Shizuka-chan's mother too, also works in that regard, but the agonizing over this is really what sells that. Beep, 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 beep. Also, I just gotta think about this. It's like, this phone is probably dead. It's like, if it wasn't plugged in the night before, or like in the middle of the night when Shizuka's mom dropped this off here. So, if it's anything like my phone, it's probably dead. My phone cannot live, won't have much battery life if I don't plug it in at night. And I just wake up the next morning and I didn't charge it. It's like, ah, shit, I don't have any battery power. I've always known that she's been strict with me for my own good, but I was too afraid that all I ever thought about was protecting myself. All I did was run. All I could do was hide. Wait, did I say that right? I was too afraid. All I ever thought about was protecting myself. All I did was run. All I could do was hide. And maybe Mother thinks that I hate her for this. I know Mother is strict with me because she is thinking of me and my future. All because I'm such a coward. All I ever tried in response was to close myself off. I kept running and I kept hiding. Yeah, this flows better. Also, I love this all because I'm such a coward. I'm too afraid. It's the same thing, but all I ever tried in that cutoff of in response is throwing me off. All I ever tried in response was to close myself off. I kept running, I kept hiding. All I ever thought was protecting myself. All I ever did was run. All I could do was hide. I like this little bit of play with the words here. It's all I ever did was run, and all I could do was hide. I kind of like that, but it's a little awkward. But I kept running and I kept hiding. Definitely works. better. It flows better. And maybe Mother thinks that I hate her for this. And because of that, Mother may have thought I resented her. Also, we gotta talk about how Shizuka talks to her. I know Mother is strict with me. She refers to her as just Mother. Instead of just, she doesn't even say Mother here. All I've ever known that she's been strict with me for my own good. Because I never faced her, because I never tried to talk to her. It's like... And then just pops out of nowhere, Mother. With the text-to-speech chef, Mother. Mother, good morning. It's like, oh. It's like, so this really does say that they almost probably never talk in this for the whole series, however long the series has been going up to this point. Like, Shizuka just doesn't talk. Like, and if she does, she probably has that, like, weakened voice talking, so they probably don't talk much. You made sweet omelette. Wait, I have to talk like a robotic voice with a little quotation. You made sweet omelette this morning. It's delicious. It's interesting that you made sweet are different words, but omelette this morning is one sentence or like one line. You've always liked them ever since you were little. Yes, I love your omelette. Could you please teach? Could you please teach me how to cook it someday? I suppose I should. You are a high schooler now. Mother, you worked so hard to raise me. Let's see. Mother, good morning. Today's rolled omelet is really sweet, very tasty. That's how you like that. That's how you like them, the way you always did. I love the way that my mother makes rolled omelet. I think they call it rolled omelet and just omelet here, because I just like the inclusion of rolled omelet. It's like, no, here's just omelet. Next time, could I ask that you teach me your recipe? Could you please teach me how to cook it someday? I mean, it's basically the same thing, but I think I do like the inclusion of the word recipe. So just teach me the recipe. Especially when you break it into, next time, could I ask that you teach me your... And then the recipe's a new line. Could you please teach me how to cook it someday? Good idea. Now that's a good way to follow up this line here. I suppose I should. She, I mean, granted, I think I do, like, she's being a little bit more, like, nonchalant. It's like, I suppose I should. You're in high school after all. All thanks to the care my mother raised with me. This seems a little bit more, I don't want to say forced, but you worked so hard to raise me, instead of just saying, all thanks, well, you're in high school after all. Well, it's I'm only in high school, all thanks to the care my mother raised me with. Maybe both are just awkward. Shizuka, I never knew that you talk like that. You talk in broken... You talk in broken phrases. Which I kind of wish there was more to it, like, kind of... showing Shizuka having, like, a really different way of speaking. Like, we know from, especially in the SuNday version of it, Shizuka talks a lot more in quotes from books and whatnot, especially, like, kind of like a medieval slang of, like, using medieval phrases. But she doesn't use any of that here, so what is the implication of her saying that you talk like that? What does she say here? Is that's how you speak, isn't it? Yeah, they both kind of say, you speak differently, but outside of a text-to-speech app, there really is nothing different about this. Just seems like normal speak. Now, if she pulled out all of these phrases that she has from her books, it would be it would make a lot more sense for her to say, so this is how you speak. You speak in book phrases. Yeah, these are supposed to be book quotes. Yeah, this line of that's how you speak, isn't it? Or that you talk like that would hit probably more if there was more of some of her odd book quotes in here. But yeah, she doesn't really use any of them here. I always think back to the Saki's introduction chapters. I am the third assassin. You know, something like that. But this clearly wasn't either a Seven Seas or SuNday Scanlation thing, because they both don't use any kind of phrases or anything. So this is just This is on Nakamura's fault for not using any of it in his writing. Let's see here. Yeah, just method of speaking. Too right I do. Yup. Yup always makes me laugh. Yeah, it's the way that she's speaking with the whole text-to-speech thing, and this is probably like the most words that she's gotten out of Shizuka in like forever. So I guess that's what they mean by this. It's like, here's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. Like those 5 sentences are more than probably the last 5 years of Shizuka's life. So I kind of get that. It's like, so you are kind of a chatterbox, but you just never did it because you weren't allowed to use your books or anything. Too right I do. And this yup thing just makes me laugh every time I see it. It's like, here's this big serious chapter of like mother and daughter finally understanding one another, and we're just gonna end it on a yup. Yup. Also, what text-to-speech app has a yup in it? Where did she get, what book did she pull that out of? She gave you your phone back. That is a relief. Yesterday, you really... Don't worry, I always know what you want to say. You got your phone back, you should use it for... Oh, that's Nano speaking, hold on. You got your phone back, use it. You should use it for efficiency. Ugh. It's fine. Tell us the way you usually do. We exerted all that effort to retrieve your smartphone. It would be efficient to make use of it. I like Nano's, like, almost kind of annoyed with that. It's like, we spent all of this effort for you to get your phone back. Please use it. I also notice I try to pay attention to make some panels screenshotable. Which one are you talking about? But yeah, this you got your phone back. You should use it for efficiency. It's like you should use it ... for efficiency. Yeah, I love this like almost Nano's kind of over the whole thing. It's like we went through this whole thing. Please use your phone. And if you wish to communicate your feelings using your mouth, there's an even more efficient manner to achieve this. But if you want to express your feelings to Aizho Rentaro with your mouth, there's a much more efficient method. There's a more efficient method. It's so funny. I just mean that's fully... Oh, got it. Okay. I just mean that's a full understandable sentence out of context. Got it. Yeah. And okay, there's nothing after this. Got the little extra here. But yeah, definitely a few... So, looking at everything in general for this whole 2-part arc thing, it's mostly the same, but there are a couple of phrases of... The implication of the line is definitely changed between different lines, but yeah, of course, obviously the big one being this one. Just the whole difference between choosing... It's like, I'm happy to be alive, and the whole born as I am thing. There was a couple others that was kind of an interesting difference in intent, I guess. What was, oh yeah, what was that? Oh yeah, clearly the you're what, 15, 16. I love that. Especially with that look there. It's like, it's so... Look at her looking down on him. It's so good. Oh yeah. You realize that there's no reason she's got to be the one. You lived for 15 or so years, I'm just stand the fact. Oh yeah, the battle of the moms, let's do it. Shizuka's mom and Akari's mom. Although then we have to have the awkward conversation of, what do you mean both you and your daughter are dating the same Rentaro? That's also my daughter's Rentaro. Yeah, once again, they make a few weird, overly literal choices where we don't, and vice versa. Yeah, it really just goes to show the difference between doing a literal translation and taking the time to see what flows better in the English language. I hate their typesetting for fuck's sake. Yeah. that will never go away. Who knows? Maybe with this acquisition of theirs from that Media Dough company, it's like we need to put a little bit more quality control on your manga. So maybe with the not the next one. Actually the next volume is like I think late next month. It's either like mid or late next month. So what does that chapter consist of? What do we have to look forward to in that? What is the next volume after this? Trying to redeem Shizuka. I think she's mostly redeemed for being the small side character that she is. I think she's for the most part redeemed. Oh, enjoying. Rita Reyes, anime only. Oh, okay. I'm glad we didn't get too far into this series with other characters and stuff. Yeah, fortunately, if the anime ever gets this far, it's gonna be like, what? Oh god. Okay, well, actually, we could probably hold it right here, because this right here, my dear sister May would be the beginning of season 5, 6. Oh god, this would be like season 7 or 8 if we. Yeah, like this wouldn't be until like season 7 or 8 if the anime gets this far. So what is the next volume set? Oh, my phone's going up. Hold on, I gotta hit this. Yeah, go away. Well, where was I? Okay, so this was the latest one here. This ends with the Yaku, this one. So we get Tama, so next volume is Tama's introduction, the marriage trilogy, the two-parter of his name. Okay, so it's not too much outside of the marriage trilogy arc. Sorry for all the anime onlys. But yeah, there's like the marriage trilogy here. That's really the only thing worth going over in this volume. Now, granted, Tama's introduction could be interesting. Just to see what they go over, like if they change. What would be like the big change here? I mean, just like the seriousness of her. Sorry, spoilers of her backstory. So that could be interesting to go over. But yeah, I think my next stream I want to do like the yokai or something like that. So for the anime onlys, let's just stick to right here for now. I don't want to. Please, everyone, go read the manga if you haven't. If you're an anime only, go please read the manga. So I don't want to be the spoilers. I just saw how 133 name is translated. What do you mean, Lady Era? 133? In the 7 Seas version? Hold up. What was the Yokai Watch chapter? So, Baha, what are you talking about? 133 chapter name is translated Lady. Oh, playing with the Capoeira Lady? But that's how they also. That's how Zune and SuNday also did, playing with the Capoeira Lady. It's the exact same name. Yokai Arc stream. I could possibly do it this Tuesday. If we really want to start getting into these more often. Yeah, I think the yokai one could be a lot of fun just because you can differentiate how people are being reacted. And plus, there's also like the naming of the yokai, which could be interesting. Okay. I was about to say, it's like, am I missing something here? It's like, they're both just called playing with the Capoeira Lady. Frigo, what's your thoughts on the fact that Hahari is a self-insert for Nozawa and the idea that she's going to use her own? Because I don't know about Hahari being a self-insert because she's just now a mom and probably never had like too much of a fascination with children. But yeah, she did say it might be interesting. I don't know about inspiration for the next baby chapter, but she did say something along the lines of it'll be interesting how she feels about it. because now she'll have like actual experience with a baby by the time they get around to the next baby chapter. So that might inspire some different things. I could see like Nozawa doing, well, okay, Nakamura Sensei, you had this baby do this in this chapter, but dealing with an actual baby now, they would more do something like this. Like she now will have firsthand experience of dealing with a baby. But as I was saying in Red and I briefly talked about this in the Discord actually earlier today, it almost feels like the last... Okay, sorry anyone who's anime only, I'm going to briefly talk about a future baby chapter. And yes, those baby chapters are a reoccurring thing. Where is it? Mommy Angelion. Mommy Angelion, where are you? Ah, it is. End of Mommy Angelion. It almost feels like the fact that this chapter was so quickly put out compared to the last one, like, I don't think it was as many girlfriends as the last one. It definitely felt like this was Nakamura getting this out of his system. Like, I don't want this to be Hahari's thing anymore. And so like they got this out of the way, they caught up to all the current girlfriends and did this like one big finale kind of chapter for this. Like it's so different compared to all the other baby chapters that they decided to go like, let's get it all out and get it out of her system, and we're gonna move on with the Hahari character after this. It's what kind of feels like to me, and I've Red kind of agreed. Yeah, I mean it isn't even called the end of Mommy and Galleon, so it's like, why else would you name it something like that? And I kind of compared it to the Kasuri thing of how Nakamura slowly got rid of the P jokes for Kasuri. Like, he eventually just phased that out of her character because it was so prominent early in the manga and the anime. Now it's like, it's not here at all. So this almost feels like kind of Nakamura getting like, okay, let's get this baby obsession thing like just out of her system and like send it off with this one big chapter. Yeah, I know. It's part of the English. I was just about to bring that up. It's just what the English version of that movie called it. It's not the same in Japanese. But even outside of that, it feels like some kind of like we're having one big last hurrah with this baby thing. Do a lot of studying on monster lore, so if you need help with the pronunciation of the names. Okay, cool. New Century Evangelion Theatrical Edition airs. Sincerely yours. Okay. But still, But yeah, it's still like just this thing of why did they go so far out with this? And like I said, it was bigger than... Like, it had so much different than the other baby chapters. Like, it was everybody except Hahari instead of just the normal new girlfriends, like how it has been. And they went all out with this house thing and so much more. But it almost does feel like Nakamura's like, let's move on from this aspect of Hahari. It's like, do we though, Desmond? Do we though? Do we want to see some of the newer girlfriends as babies? Like, do we? I mean, it's cute, but I don't know. Maybe save it for a little bit longer. Yeah. That's the other thing that makes it, yeah, it feels like it's kind of an end thing. It was also Rentaro finally got turned into a baby. It's like, you would think if you wanted to keep this mini-series of chapters going, you would want to save the Rentaro baby for the very end. It's like, yeah, so you make Rentaro the baby in this one. It does feel like a finale. Oh, sorry. It does feel like a finale of some kind. This will never not make me laugh. Cold hard cash. There's like the vibrating text here too. It's like she's like shaking in place. But yeah, so we went about 2 hours. Actually, a lot better than I thought it would be. Unless anyone else wants to talk about anything real quick. What was the other chapter that someone suggested we should do the chapter? Oh, it was like Nano's introduction. I don't know. It's hard to compare this one because it was the different scan later. Though it'd be kind of funny to go over these and Tuesday could just be in chat like, I would have done it like this instead of what Jamini's box did.
But yeah, if you guys, if we're all, I would react the same way with presented cold hard cash like that. Yeah. Yeah, 2 hours seems like a good stopping point. If anyone else wants to bring up something they want to talk about, or we can look up something real quick, we can kind of cut it off here. I don't want to linger too much. Oh yeah, the cameo for the new maid. Yeah. I love the people are just focusing on that. It's like anytime there's a new girl in the background who has any slight detail of a character, it's like that's a new girlfriend. Like that's her. She does have more detail than your other typical maids, and I think we've seen her also before in the background. Yeah, my phone's going off again. Oop, there we go. Yeah, the translation groups, I think when Tuesday said it was like the May's introduction. So everything before May's introduction was one group. They dropped it, and then Tuesday and Zune at the time picked it up. I do hope that they cut the baby chapters, because having reoccurring gimmicky chapters feels like wasted space when we could be getting more Mado My Solo Date when we haven't gotten it yet. Yeah, I mean, I do like the idea of reoccurring ones, but maybe not the baby one. We do still have the His Name reoccurring one, and what's another reoccurring? And of course, obviously the Daily Lives. But the Daily Lives feels so much different than a reused idea like baby chapters. I'm too used to Chaos Squared where there are 30-minute off-topic tangents. Yeah, I try not to do those too much. Unless it's like a really big topic point, but even then, I tend to stay main focus like right on the series. She has the Kogo ways. Oh yeah, she does, doesn't she? This was just Nakamura getting practice in for Kogoe. I really do want to, like, God, if I could interview like Nakamura Nozawa, it's like how far ahead are you in chapter ideas, girlfriend ideas, and stuff like that. I would love to. I want to know like their production pipeline. I really want. It's such a fascinating thing. Oh yeah, triple dates with Rentaro are sorely needed back. Like we had the high class ladies date chapter. We had the Doom trio date. What other the My First Errand. There's so many good triple dates, and the triple dates is such a good formula because, and the Tsundere, the one I started all this on, the Tsundere chapter. Where is that? Tsundere's date. That's what started this whole little mini series of me doing this. Rito Rias. The only I said this before and I'll say it again. The only reason I don't do future girlfriends is because there is just so many million possibilities of one with like 60 more girlfriends to go that literally anything is possible. So it's kind of like a moot point to try to predict. I could definitely say things I would want out of a girlfriend, but trying to predict anything is just not feasible. And we'll save that for when we're at like 80, 90 girlfriends and there's only so many remaining. And if anything, if I would want to do that as like a collaboration with everybody else, to be like, well, let's bounce some ideas off each other, because the stream would literally just be, okay, I want a hockey player girlfriend, I want a girlfriend who thinks she's a vampire, and I don't know, stuff. It would just be like that, basically. Yeah, one manga versus anime comparison. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing in live reactions. That's basically what it is. If you haven't gone back in my channel to watch the... that's kind of what I did during my live reactions to the Season 2 episodes, that I'm comparing it directly to the manga and showing that, like, okay, they're following the manga, okay, the anime added this little bit, like, for example, during May's introduction, the whole catching the flower pot thing, that was all entirely anime exclusive. So... yeah, if you want to see like a manga versus anime comparison, go watch my reaction videos. I did one for every episode. But maybe like retroactively, maybe that could be an idea, like a live stream of like going through it. Be an idea. Let's see. Well, with Nano, May, and Nano is particularly. Oh yeah, not daily life. Light dates. Light dates are efficient. What's that chapter called? I proposed idea bonus video in last comments eras of 100 Kano, like daily lives period, pre-Hahari, Mandation era. Yeah, there's definitely arcs to the series where there's obviously before the Hahari mansion that I call like the early. There's the era of before the Hanazono mansion and afterwards, where that whole thing was like an experiment to feel like, can we do like a whole volume long arc? And I think it was, I don't know, it keeps saying yes or no if that was received well in Japan, if having a whole arc dedicated to a whole volume dedicated to an arc, and that's why he hasn't done anything like that since. I don't know how true that statement is, that it was not received well in Japan, that's why he hasn't done it. And then there's also stretches of time, like I still say to this day that literally the exact chapters of what consists in season 3 of the anime is like the worst stretch of the series, because, or at least not the worst, but like it is clearly a time in the series that Nakamura was experimenting, saying, what can I get away with? Because we literally have cousin, teacher, grandmother, and someone who gropes. So it's like, it was literally Nakamura going through a line of like, how far can I take this series before someone tells me to stop? And I think he eventually, and after that, like after like Yaku, he settled down and was like, oh, is the ads that bad? I'm sorry. I have no control over that. I'm going to try to figure out a way to be more controlling of the ads next time. So I'm sorry. I do apologize to anyone who is being bombarded with ads. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so literally the season 3 stretch is Nakamura was just experimenting with like, what can I get away with? Because after that, he definitely mellowed down in the weirdness. Like, there's no more relative girlfriends. There's no like off-putting quirks like Momiji's can be to some people. So it was definitely a time in the series that it felt like he realized, okay, here's what I wanted for this series. He finally decided on how he wants the series to be. I also think around the time, with Chiyo. With Chiyo's introduction, the series got a lot less lewd. Like, there was a lot more fan service in the series before Chiyo's introduction. So, like I said, everything that happens in Season 3, what is essentially Season 3, is so much... It was such a shift in the series. It's Nakamura experimenting, and also he turned down the lewdness. Because I guess a cousin got involved. I don't know if that was I don't know if that was coincidental or not. That was also around the same time the art style changed too. Oh yeah, we're still a couple away from the next idol thing. Now see, the idol one isn't so bad as a reoccurring thing because it is so spread far apart. Like, they do so many, they have to gather like what, 13 more girlfriends between each one. So those are far spread out enough that I don't mind that being a reoccurring one. Whereas babies felt like it was much more frequent. But yeah, that was my spiel about Season 3 and why, like I said in the video, I thought we would never get to Season 3 in the anime because it was so weird. Let's see what else. Did I miss anything else in the... Chapter 113, what was that? Oh yeah, Spring Light Show. Yeah, that's that. But yeah, these small group date chapters of a couple of girlfriends, we need these back, and it feels like we haven't had one in a long time. What was the last? I know Kurumi's Disneyland date was the last like solo date, but what was the last like date of him and a couple of girlfriends? Like, it seems like he's leaned away from that, and he's just now doing the flirty daily lives. And now he's kind of more focusing on girlfriends bonding. Like, we have the Mimimi and Akko here, and Totes Naturally, the sleepover between Eru, Chiyo, and Matsuri. It's interesting. When are we getting a trailer? I'm waiting for that. Like I'm trying not to put out so much content because I'm also, like, it's like a weird feeling that a trailer is just around the corner. Like, it's literally going to be any day now, it feels like. And I want to put out my reaction video because I feel like that will also be another big boom for my channel. So I'm trying not to, like, put out content and then have to put out a trailer reaction video at the same time. Which I probably should. I probably should just keep pumping out content so when people discover my channel because of the trailer reaction, they'll be like, oh, this guy puts out content pretty regularly. So I probably should do this. But this stream is a good first step of me trying to put out more content. And this was a lot of fun, guys. Can you check 108? I think Yami almost blew their cover by calling Hari before Momoha became his girlfriend. Really? 108. Like, yeah, Yamame talked about Momoha beforehand. What month does season 3 come out? I'm guessing October. I think they found success in the fall anime season with the first season, and they're just going to repeat that. The fact we got the announcement, like, we got the announcement for season 3 in October of last year, so that feels like very informative that, okay, here's your teaser poster, it's exactly 1 year away. And so I feel like as the summer season's probably going to start up here pretty soon of anime, we'll get the trailer, like the first announcement teaser trailer for the season before the summer season of anime. And then as we get to the end and the fall season starts to kick up, we'll get the full trailer. I think we're going to have 2 trailers. We're going to have like a announcement teaser trailer and then like the full trailer. And I can't wait to find out like what episodes they're going to have in that. Because as most teasers are for this, they usually only show the initial first couple episodes. That's what happened in the last trailer for season 2, was they only showed the first couple episodes because the other episodes hadn't been made yet or they were still being worked on. The Mugen Shrine was the last full group chapter, but that's 6 girls and not the point of the chapter. Yeah. It's so weird. We can like honorable mention the Mugen Shrine as a group date chapter, but it is basically Matsuri's focus chapter. Yeah, most controversial season. It will be the litmus test of like, if you're a true fan, you'll stick through season 3 and watch season 4. It's where we're gonna weed out a lot of people. Kind of like Hari was the first test. It's like, okay, you're okay with a daughter and mother dating the same guy? Okay, now let's get cousin in there. Let's get teacher in there. How far are you willing to accept this? Yeah, Doom Trio was so far behind, was so far back too. So it's clearly Nakamura has moved away from these types of chapters of just like group dates. And it's sad too, because I do think condensing the characters to a small group of a couple girlfriends who might share a lingering interest or something that's specific about them can really help make those characters shine, like the high class ladies date chapter where they're all like refined women, or the tsundere date where they're all tsunderes to some degree, or even this one, like we can almost count this as one of them because they all have like this one very specific thing that they're all into. She likes violin, she likes physicality in baseball, she likes numbers, she likes books, she likes science. So these characters are all like, I have one singular interest, and so that made this work. So you make these groups of, they all share something, and it makes all the characters shine in one regard. The Mugen arc turning into 100 Girlfriend series. I still think there's a possibility, maybe not so much, but I think a fun idea would be a non-canon movie of some kind. Like they all go on some kind of vacation, but of course going on vacation implies they're not in school, which would imply summer vacation, which is not possible in this series. But I do think it would be kind of fun to have some kind of non-canon story, like anime original movie, kind of like what One Piece does. It's like they have all these movies, but they're all technically non-canon to the series. And they could easily do that here. Yeah, the group dates turned into girls-only dates. Yep, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, we have Meru and Shizuka. We have the Kimari and Usa-chan and the 3 junior hires at sleepover thing. Time has not existed in this series. We need a group of girlfriend to love Rentaro together in one chapter. Oh yeah, like kind of like a follow-up to the I love you chapter. Like, I want something like this again. I just want the girlfriends to gush over Rentaro for something. I feel like we haven't had enough gushing over everyone in a while. Where is the I love you chapter? I really should remember some chapter numbers. It's like the only one I have memorized is the Marriage Trilogy. Yeah, movie for the series finale, but of course we're also talking like at the very end of the series, which is like 10, 15 years from now. They're not thinking that far ahead. Look at this. Look at them gushing over this. I need something like this again. They kind of were in Usa-chan's introduction chapter. Where is it? They were kind of gushing over him here. It's like, hey, look at all of us on our dates with Rentaro, like our one-on-one dates. Like, this is great. Like, this is just them being girlfriends gushing over their amazing boyfriend. I like this. Yeah, when was the last Thraw panel exactly? I think it was literally right here with Usa-chan. It's in her Meet the Family chapter. Yeah, I think this was the last one. And this one includes Rentaro. Oh god, is that what it means? When Rentaro is included in something, that means it's the end. Rentaro was included in the last baby chapter. Rentaro was included here. This is the last of them. When you include Rentaro, it's the last. God, I don't know what it was about Usa-chan's chapter here, but the art went so much higher. Like, look at this. Like, what is this art here? And like this here, the lighting and everything. Something about Usa-chan's chapter. Like, look at this. Just a prediction. What chapter do we have to wait until we finally get to meet the Aisha? Oh god, it's the million-dollar question. The parents. Chapter 750. A sequel to the speech would be crazy. I don't know, who knows? Like, Nakamura definitely seems to be on a train of repeating a lot of stuff, like, as we had the, where is it? We had the return of the Gelato Man here. Where is he? Ah, here he is. We had, like, his return. So it's like, clearly Season 2 is fresh on Nakamura's mind when he was coming up with all of this. Because we also have, you know, the creature formerly known as Rentaro also back. Both Season 2 jokes and moments. So now we have to worry about when Season 3 is airing, he's going to revisit a lot of his old jokes from that time and be like, okay, I can bring this back. God, what happened in those chapters? Oh yeah, TZ, I really like your idea of ending the season with a day with Rentaro. That could be really fun. Yeah, what we pull from Season 3. I think I want to make us just a small follow-up video of like redoing Season 4 with a day with Rentaro at the end, because I think it leads to some interesting setup. Because yeah, if you bump this, a day with Rentaro, all the way to the end, you mentioned something about something with Kishka, but all you would do if you moved a day with Rentaro to the very end of Season 4 is you would have to include Akko and Uto in your lineup, which I don't think would be very hard. Because that's exactly what they did with Mimi Mei. We would literally be repeating what they did when they moved the I Love You chapter, where they included Mimi and Mei Mei in that episode. So they would be pulling that again if they moved a day with Rentaro to the end of Season 4, and then they have to add Akko and Uto into that. So it's like they're just repeating themselves multiple times now with the anime, which I think is kind of a fun, like, almost tradition. Like, you move this to the end, Day with Rentaro 85 all the way to the end here of... Oh wait, no, it's right here, the sports arc. But yeah, you just be adding that. Oh yeah, remove Kishka to the end of Season 3. Gotcha. Because where was Season 3 ending? The onsen date. Yeah, so yeah, if you did move it to the end of Season 3, you definitely could. But that's also... Okay, you're only missing all of these. These don't matter. Yeah, you just remove Kishka. Actually, wait, do you? Yeah. Yeah, because here's Kishka's introduction. Gotcha. So, yeah, that would also work. Okay, I was thinking of moving it to the end of Season 4. Okay, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, if you did move that to end of Season 3, that would also be cool. So, you can move that chapter to either the end of Season 3 or Season 4, and it makes it... It is a good idea for a season ender with the way they talk about, like, well, here's my life now, and I'm so happy I have this life with my girlfriends. It is a really good season ender. So I might do a follow-up video talking about that, of moving the chapter either to the end of Season 3 or Season 4. And what that does to the lineup of chapters, or the episodes, I mean. It's still hard to tell what they will keep or leave out in the anime. I know that you told us what you think before in a video episode. Yeah, and that's the crazy thing is, like I said in the video, there is almost no cutting. That is the crazy part. Like, they had to cut out of Season 2 2 chapters. They removed Beef Tongue, and they removed May's Great Gift Offensive. Someone said in the comments, what if they brought back May's Great Gift Offensive into, like, Season 3? Now, that's an idea. I just realized with this cut out here, we lost the avatar of accountability. We lost her introduction. No, we lost the avatar. I just dropped a screw. The series definitely needs 25 episodes, and like I said, it feels like they're teasing that. Because like I said with the poster here, let me pull up the poster real quick. I sent this to Earl when we were editing that video, and I explained it to him like 3 times, and he never got it. But what I wanted to explain to him, and he never did it in the video, and I kind of just gave up at a certain point. Where's the Season 3 teaser poster? I have it saved right here. Ah, here it is. If you guys can see this. Okay, thank you. But what I wanted to point out about this poster is the fact that all the characters of the girlfriends form this like perfect circle. Like you have Ms. Natty, Yamame, Yaku, Kishka, even Akko, Uto, Momiji, and Chio. They all form this circle. It's like, of all the characters, why, if it was just Season 3... also, let me guys know if you're not seeing the poster right now. But I just find it so interesting that they just form this circle up in the front of the poster. It's like this perfect little circle here. Now, if it was supposed to be just the Season 3 girlfriends, they would also be here. Now, yeah, they also do have other characters, like Himika's right here, but they're smaller. Like Meru's here, Usa's here. But they're smaller, but all the Season 4 girlfriends, potential Season 4 girlfriends, are much bigger than the rest, and they form this perfect circle. I feel like that's a tease. It's like, it could have literally been anyone. It could have been any other girlfriends, but it just so happened to be the perfect, like, Season 3 and Season 4 girlfriends making this circle. Now, is this them hoping they do a Season 4 at some point? Like, it's like, yeah, here's Season 3, but also, hey, let's have Season 4 girlfriends also in the lineup, just because they are technically the next ones. So I guess it could be seen like that, but I just find it odd that they made this perfect circle. Oh yeah, they did rob the Adventure of Pentaro too. I forgot about that one. And like I said in my video, Season 3 just doesn't have a good ender, so what if they just kept going to a 25 episode season and all the way to the sports festival? And that's just much more season ending. And plus, so many anime are getting 25 episode seasons now. Like, freaking a couple of cuckoos got a 25 episode season. It's like, if that show can get it, why can't 100 Girlfriends? Oh yeah, Season 3 is bound to have cameos because there are so many good opportunities to cameo other girlfriends. The biggest one being the, where's the idol making? Here we go. There is such a good opportunity to put like a girlfriend in the audience here. Like, this is the most obvious one where they're like in the audience for the show, and you have Akko there in the audience because Akko brings up it in her introduction all the way here. Where's Akko's introduction? Like, she mentions that she saw them as the Rentro's Family Idol group. So she mentioned that she was there, so they can easily slip her into the audience. Now, about any other girlfriend, I don't know. It's like, who else could be in the... It wouldn't be someone like super far out. It would be a somewhat recent coming up girlfriend. Himika on a TV cameo would be really cool. A lot of people might be confused and think that talking about the Avatar can't be it would be like Rentro's beaten the last airbender. Yeah, Meme in the first episode was a really blink and you miss it. Like, you really have to be paying attention to notice Meme in that cameo. Himika in the audience, no, because in her introduction, she's transferring in. So at this point in time, within season 3, she's not at this school yet. Like, they clearly call out that she is a transfer. Where she is? There she is. Like, she just started this school. Yeah, she just transferred here this week or last week. It's like, granted, time means absolutely nothing. Maybe the idol arc was only a week ago in this series. Who knows? Oh yeah, Momoha sent in the background during Yamame's amateur. That would also be that's such an easy cameo to do. Like, you don't even have to put the actual character there. We'll just see that little tent off in the background. That would be so good. Let's see. But yeah, it says here, Himika just transferred there last week. Yeah, Chiyo and Momiji and Kurumi walking down the hallway. That's... Anything that's like in the next immediate set of girlfriends is an obvious one to do. So that's why Akko seems very viable. Momoha is a very simple cameo they could easily do. Everything else feels a little less likely. Like, everyone else... Like, we could see the nurse's office in the background somewhere. And it's that little sign that says, the nurse is out again. Like, we could tease Chiyu with that. Everything else, though, doesn't feel like you really could. Oh, we're going to see Mai again. Oh, I just completely forgot. Hold up. We're going to see Mai during the hot pot. The Sea Otter hot pot. Where is Sea Otter? Sea Otter hot pot? There you are. Right, there she is. We're gonna get Mai again. Yeah, we'll get Mai not once but twice. She appears like twice in this thing as she like sets up the mat that they wrestle on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here, speaking of cameos, we'll get a Hamtaro episode cameo. How about that? What a random cameo. Where is the Mai help putting out the mat? That's a Big Mac. That must be in the next chapter. Oh yeah, here she is. So yeah, we'll get plenty of Mai cameos again. Man, it is funny to see, like... I hope there's like some anime only out there like paying attention, like, wait, we've seen this maid before, and then we're gonna see this maid again in this season. It's like there has to be some significance to this maid. Oh yeah, the Ghibli cameos. I just want them to not cameo Usa, Loki. Yeah. Usa-chan would definitely be interesting to do because given the story, you definitely could just have her just creeping in the background, but it would be such a weird thing to do because she is so far off. Like, there is no way. Like, as much as I want to believe this anime is gonna keep going, I'm just gonna appreciate that we're getting at least season 3, possibly season 4. But if we ever get to Usa-chan, oh my god. I forgot the light detector was here again. Alright, but yeah, this was a fun talk about Season 3. See, I can go off on tangents. I'm just as good as Chaos Squared. I can go on tangents. Like, this video was supposed to be just comparing the translations, but no, we decided to talk about everything else. See, guys, I'm just as good. And I really hope this is was kind of like the crux of my theorizing, is that this whole 3-chapter arc of this wrestling thing is gonna be crammed into one episode. And if this somehow is also like an episode and a half, it's gonna throw everything off and something is gonna get cut. I might have to revisit that planning out again if this arc is actually like a whole episode and a half. Like, what does that do to what are we gonna cut to make up for that? If we get to Usa-chan, Moonlight and I are going to lose our sanity. Yep. With all the callbacks to old chapters in the seasons of the anime, we might get another appearance of a friend at some point. SuNday? Yeah. That would be hilarious. Like, if we somehow actually get SuNday again. Dude, just like the payback of SuNday just going, it's no wonder you don't have a girlfriend. It says, like, now look, I have 30, almost 40 girlfriends. Since Sumo chapter, we need the updated version of Girlfriend Power Scale. Yep. Oh god, I just remember what's at the end of this chapter. The horniest Rentaro has ever been. And we end an episode like this. I'm sorry, girls. Look at them all gleaming. Like, you can just imagine the anime here. They just, like, they do a sliding shot of just, like, all the girls all smiling and glistening. I love Miss Daddy's here. It's like, yahoo! Hoo, boy. Now, that's what I call making out, you hear? Or necking. She necking. Alright. But yeah, there's, anything else anyone wants to talk about real quick? I can probably go for like another couple minutes if something else anyone wants to talk about, and we can try to schedule the next one. Unless anyone wants to offer another chapter to do, but I think I want to do the yokai chapter. Where is that? Because I think that's just a fun chapter. Oh yeah, definitely need more horny, actually like, yo, I got a bunch of hottie girlfriends, I just want to make out with them. Like, I need more of that Rentaro. Yeah, I think the ghost story one could be a lot of fun to do. But it's 4:30 for me. I think that's good enough, but yeah, we can wrap the things up, and I'll feel out what I'm going to be doing Tuesday. Maybe we'll just make this like a SuNday exclusive thing. Like, it's SuNday translations on SuNday. Granted, SuNday where I am, it's probably Monday where some of you are. If not like the middle of the night. One of my theories is that the 100th rejection at the beginning of it all will come back as a soulmate. They gave her an actual name. Yeah, there's always that possibility. The fact that they gave her a name. It's like, why would you want to... Asakawa-san, yeah. It's like you went through the trouble of giving her a name, and her eyes are all covered up. She kind of looks like Meme here. Like the same, like, face structure. Yeah, the different approaches for the yokai, which... Because there's, like, the yokai have different name in Japanese and what's they're, like, translated. Like, there's a lot of, like, going back and forth from what I've learned from other shows and manga and anime that use yokai. It's like, sometimes you can use a literal translated name, and there's, like official localized names of the yokai or something like that. So, it'd be interesting to see, like, which way both Zune went with and what the Seven Seas went with. SuNday exclusive for SuNday Scanlation. Yeah, that's kind of like the thing I thought about when I first came up with doing the stream. It's like, That's like, let's do Sunday scans, or not Sunday scans. I keep calling them Sunday scans. No, it's just Sunday. So yeah, I think it could be like a fun like weekly thing of doing these. This is a good hangout time for when I'm not doing anything on Sunday, which is most of the time. Sunday's usually like my off day. Wonder what the male renter have, and I wonder if he'd return. Oh, you think like Rentaro has like siblings? Nah, Rentaro has major only child energy. So yeah, bring Asakawa-san back for the 100th girlfriend. That's Nakamura playing the long game. That's like seriously playing the long game. Yeah, like I said, it is Monday for some people. Just know it is Sunday. We have Sunday Sunday energy here as we're doing this because it's Sunday where I am. All right. Well, I think that is good. We're about to hit 2.5 hours here, but I don't want to blow everything we can talk about in one stream. So let's try to keep this weekly as much as we can. This is a lot of fun, and we have a lot of chapters to get through. And plus, we'll get 9 more at the end of this month. It's now March 1st. We'll get another volume to work with. So anyway, oh yeah, Ike Mintaro. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, let's wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for joining in. This was a lot of fun. I think I actually prefer these over just me sitting in my room reading the 2 chapters. It's fun to interact and go on tangents. I see the Chaos Squared, Red, and Rails. I see the vision now. I see the joy of having a chat to interact with and to go off on tangents. I see it now. I understand the vision. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like the stream so other people will see it. And I will be sure to do this once again. Let's try for next Sunday around the same time, since we seem to get a good number of people here. Maybe I could bring in a little maybe I could do a little sooner, a little later, because I know you just said Matic that it's a 8:30 for you, so maybe I could let me know like in the comments on videos and this stream here if maybe a little sooner, a little later could be better for you guys. I want to see how many people we can get on an actual chat. So anyway, hope you all have a good one, and I will see you on the next stream and next video. Have a good one all.